It's a cold, wet night at Phil Welch Stadium, but we're getting set here for Mustangs baseball. I'm James Stanley. Alongside me is Clayton Anderson. It's 64 degrees and overcast. St. Joseph is coming out in their home red jerseys with white pants, and they're going to be playing the Van Johnson All-Stars wearing camouflage jerseys with gray pants. So again, folks, like to welcome you in. The St. Joseph Mustangs are 22-8 with a 16-8 record in the Mink North. They are in first place with a 3-game lead over the Chillicothe Mudcats. Now, this Van Johnson All-Star team features players from all around the Van Johnson League based in Kansas City. Kansas City Bankers, BJ Raiders, just a couple of teams that St. Joseph has played this year. The Mustangs faced the Raiders on June 1st. That was opening night. The Mustangs won 7-3. Miles Kilgore had his first win of the year, throwing 6 scoreless innings. Last night, the game was rained out, and we are here with you. Said before, on a cold, wet night. But the night before, on Friday, St. Joseph beat the Clarinda A's in Mink League matchup 16-7. St. Joseph scored 16 runs on 18 hits. They committed 2 errors, capitalized on 4 errors committed by the A's. They had 8 extra base hits, 6 doubles, and 2 home runs. Miles Kilgore also pitched that game as well. He got the win throwing 7 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs, 4 earned, had 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 1 hit batter. He went into the 8th inning with no score and imploded a bit, had to have some help from the Mustangs bullpen, kind of mop up the mess. And now, Clayton, take us through what's going on in the Mink League.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Mink North, St. Joseph in first place with a 1.5 game lead over Chillicothe Mudcats, who are now in second after defeating the Sedalia Bombers 2 nights ago. But the Mustangs' lead remains at a game and a half. The Joplin Outlaws of the South are running away with things. They've overtaken the Nevada Griffins, and as Nevada has lost 2 in a row, and we've known how St. Joe has struggled against Joplin and Nevada a little bit in the past, especially on the road, and they sit with a 2-game lead in the Mink South. James, you want to give us some of the new additions for the Mustangs?
Yes.
That we'll be watching out for tonight.
Osvaldo Raya and Jake Van Vactor, both of them pitchers. But with that, we're going to run down through the Mustangs, the Van Johnson lineup. Leading off will be Craig Strauss. He'll play center field. Batting second, the left fielder, Chase Reddick. Batting third, the shortstop, Tanner Forscher. Batting fourth and playing right field, Jack Pauley. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Anthony Corona. Batting sixth, the catcher, Nate Goff. Batting seventh, Drew Green. He'll play third base. Batting eighth, Joshua Hare. He'll play first. And batting ninth at second base, Carson Pickard. That goes Strauss, Reddick, Forscher, Pauley, Corona, Goff, Green, Hare, Pickard. Pitching on the mound for the Van Johnson All-Stars will be Quentin Reed. And for St. Joseph around the horn, it's going to be Cassiola at third, Walnick at short, Marr at second base, Millet at first. Behind the plate, Ozzy Rodriguez. In left field, Fisher. Center field, Richardson. And right field, Connor Bacon. On the hill, John Milan. He's 3-0 with a .42 ERA. 21 innings pitched, given up 9 hits on the year, had 16 strikeouts and 9 walks, given up 1 run, and that run was earned. Keep giving him the team best ERA at 0.42.
And he's been filthy all year. He's mainly been in relief positions and spots with runners on base, but he started 1 game, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do for the Mustangs tonight.
He's making his second start for St. Joseph. We're getting ready for first pitch. A couple of players to watch tonight. Kyle Urich hitting .306 on the year with 4 doubles and 4 home runs, 25 RBIs, and 10 walks. John Milan is also our second player to watch. Set his record earlier, but we're getting ready for baseball as the left-handed hitter, Craig Strauss, come up to bat.
And as this is an all-star game, the Van Johnson team will be making a lot of substitutes, so stick with us as the game continues.
First pitch is off speed. It's outside. It's a ball to Straw. Next pitch, line drive to second base. Marr jumps up, pulls it down, and that's out number 2. Good heads-up play there by Brett Marr. Saw the ball really well off the bat, hit right to him, had to jump up a bit, but he records the out. Chase Reddick from the Royals of the Van Johnson League went to Shawnee Mission North. Currently at Kansas City, Kansas Community College. He's a right-handed hitter. He's playing left field. In the Van Johnson All-Stars wearing camo jerseys with gray pants. They are on the road. We are here at home for the St. Joseph Mustangs. The off-speed from Milan is high. Misses the zone 1-0 to Reddick. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider. Bottom third of the plate outside. Gets a piece of the zone for strike one. 1-1 the count. And the 1-1 pitch. Misses in the dirt. 2-1. Milan appears to be going with some off-speed cheese down in the zone, and could be his slider he's throwing. And now the 2-1 is a soft ground ball, and that's going to find a hole between first and second. And the All-Stars will have a runner at first with one out.
Yeah, and Milan showcases 3 pitches, and nothing he throws is straight. His fastball is a really good two-seamer that's got a lot of late life to it. He's got a good late-breaking slider, and then he's got a changeup that he can also throw for strikes as well. So a good 3-pitch guy. He, like we said, he's been very successful for the Mustangs in the bullpen, and now he's here with the start. First start at home for John Milan.
Tanner Forscher, the cleanup hitter, taking a couple of practice swings, steps into the box, and from the stretch is Milan. 1-0 the count to Forscher after the off-speed pitch misses outside. Milan is pitching from the stretch now. He started out in the windup. He's throwing from the letters. Kick and the throw. Off-speed inside. No go for home plate umpire Jeremy Frankie. It's a 2-0 count now to Forscher. Forscher's playing shortstop today. He is a right-handed hitter. The 2-0 pitch. Chopped foul down the third base side. 2-1 count. Forscher also played on the Raiders. A couple of his teammates are on this all-star team. Tyler Funk and Craig Strauss on the 2-1 pitch. Check swing on the curveball, and it misses 3-1. Runner at first base, top of the first, no score. Forscher went to Harrisonville High School, plays at William Jules, and going to be a walk now after the ball gets away from Rodriguez. There will be runners at first and second. Jack Pauley steps up. Pauley from the Natural Baseball Academy. Went to St. Thomas Aquinas in Overland Park, Kansas. The first pitch is taken for a ball inside, and Milan has thrown 4 straight balls.
And Pauley's a big left-hander. He's got some meat on his bones, but not just a lanky, tall guy. Looks like he might have some power, and maybe Ozzy Rodriguez is going to talk about how they're going to pitch Pauley right here as he trots out and has a quick visit with his pitcher, John Milan.
And the 1-0 pitch is inside a fastball. 2-0 the count now. Up until this point, Milan has issued 9 walks on the year, now has issued 10. Has a 2-0 count now. 2-0 pitch. Foul ball, left field line. Out of play. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, evens the count of 2 apiece, and now a heads-up play from Ozzy Rodriguez to Luis Millet at first base. Tried to get Forscher. Was able to get back in time.
And there's no harm in that by Ozzy Rodriguez. You just got to make careful that you and your first baseman is a high pop-up over towards shallow center field, and Walnick will settle under and make the catch. But you got to make sure that you and the first baseman are on the same page, and him and Luis Millet were, because that can be costly if that ball skips down the line. We've seen that a couple times. You saw that the other day with the Clarinda A's.
John Milan leads the team in strikeouts with 16 and ERA. He's only allowed 1 run in 2016. Joined the Mustangs at the end of the 2015 campaign. And the 1-0 pitch is upstairs, misses the zone. To Anthony Corona. Corona from the Mid-America Nationals, and the 1-0 pitch. Fouled away for strike one. We have 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's going to be kind of interesting to watch with this being an all-star team. If certain players from different teams do better than other players from other teams, it's going to be kind of interesting to see where the success from this all-star team comes from as far as teams go in the Van Johnson League.
Milan has given up a single and a walk in the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball right field. Charging and running in is Connor Bacon, and with the diving catch, ends the inning. 9 in the scorebook. The Van Johnson All-Stars strand 2 on with a single and a walk. Bottom of the first coming up. St. Joseph will be looking for their first run. This is Mustangs Baseball on UClick TV. Bottom of the first at St. Joseph Phil Welch Stadium. James Stanley, Clayton Anderson with you. Mustangs will lead it off with Laurencio Fisher. He'll play left field, go and run down the lineup. Batting second, the center fielder, Jacob Richardson. Batting third, Davey Cassiola. He'll play third base. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Kyle Urich. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Connor Bacon. Batting sixth and playing first base, Louis Millay. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Brett Marr. Batting eighth, Ozzie Rodriguez. He'll be behind the plate at catcher. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Matt Walnick. Goes Fisher, Richardson, Cassiola, Urich, Bacon, Millay, Marr, Rodriguez, and Walnick. The defense now for Van Johnson All-Stars will be Reddick in left, Straws in center, Pauly in right field. At third base, Green. Shortstop, Forsher. Second base, Picard. First base, Hare. Behind the plate, Goff. And on the mound, Quentin Reed. Quentin Reed from Regal Plastic in the Van Johnson League. Played at Smithville High School. Currently at the University of Missouri S&T. Science and Technology. Seems like there's lots of players from technical institutes around the country playing at St. Joseph.
Yeah, interesting. We got all those NYIT guys, and now we got a Missouri S&T.
Fisher takes the first pitch, a strike down the middle. 0-1 the count. Lots of Van Johnson fans out at Phil Welch tonight. Lots of clapping for the first strike. It's an 0-1 count to Fisher. And the next pitch finds the zone again. Fastball, strike 2.
And Fisher has been rather cold as of late as his average is down to 190, so it'd be good to see him get rolling. He came in hot in the first game he played with 2 base hits, but recently he's been rather cold.
And the 0-2 pitch. Slider misses outside, 1-2 the count. Your field umpire today is Kevin Starr. Behind the plate, Jeremy Frankie. And the 1-2 pitch from Reed. Curveball, big bender. No go, 2-2 count. Goff framed that one pretty well. Just missed a bit outside. And Reed winds and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Orencio Fisher for the first out of the bottom of the first. Jacob Richardson leads the team in walks with 21. He's hitting .216 on the year with the .367 on base percentage. He's batting second. He's a left-handed hitter. Quentin Reed led off the inning with a strikeout to Fisher. And the first pitch swung on and hit deep to right field, back to the party deck and off the top of the wall. It's called a home run. Kevin Starr said it hit off the top of the party deck, bounced back onto the field just on the upper lip of the wall, and St. Joseph goes up on the Ban Johnson All-Stars 1-0 on the solo shot. That's Jacob Richardson's third extra base hit of the year. He had a double and a triple coming into tonight's matchup. Now he has one of each.
He was sitting dead red on a fastball, and he shot his hands out, got the pitch he liked, and jumped on the first pitch. Good job by Jacob Richardson. Good piece of hitting.
Davey Casiola shows bunt. He pulls it back. It's a 1-0 count to the third baseman from Cal Lutheran. He's a switch hitter. He's been hitting a lot from the left side, and he is a pull ball hitter. 1-0 pitch in the dirt, ball 2. That might have shaken up Quentin Reed just a little bit. You know, your fastball and your curveball are working for you against the first batter in Fisher. You get a strikeout, and the next batter you give up a home run. And 2-0 pitch is in the dirt, ball 3.
It's always interesting to see how a starting pitcher reacts to a big fly like that off one of Richardson's bat. As we see Reed throw 3 straight balls. Some people seem unfazed, but it looks like it's affecting Reed a little bit here, as that ball's a strike on the outside corner.
Finally got some command on his fastball, is able to find the outer third of the plate. It's a 3-1 count with 1 out. St. Joseph leads the Ban Johnson All-Stars 1-0 in the bottom of the first, and the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4 inside, and Casiola draws his 19th walk of the year. Kyle Urich has been averaging a hit per game. Has 23 hits in 23 games. 5 doubles, 4 home runs. Leads the team in home runs and RBIs. Driven in 25 on the year. He's posting a .441 on base percentage. He's also third in home runs and RBIs in the entire Mink League. Davey Casiola is at first base. He walked, and Urich takes strike 1 on the outer third of the zone.
It'll be interesting to see how Forster and Pickard work up the middle as a double play combination. They both look to be wearing the same hat, and I believe they are from the same team. I don't know if that's strategic as starting them up the middle.
The 0-1 pitch, pop fly infield. Going over is the shortstop, Forster, and he'll make the catch for out number 2.
What I was trying to say, though, is it's always interesting how communication and chemistry kind of come to effect in an all-star game like this. They're not always playing against each other. They're usually playing against each other. And, you know, they have to learn how to get to know each other very quickly, where the Mustangs have had plenty of time.
Connor Bacon is playing right field, a left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher in Reed. It's hitting .222 from Boston College. Throws left as well. Quentin Reed from the stretch. Looking back to first base now to Casiola. Comes set from the belt and the pitch. Swing and a foul ball down the left field line and way out of play. Just beyond the bouncy house in left field. Military Appreciation Night at Phil Welch Stadium. Brave men and women serving overseas. Our veterans as well all get in. Free admission tonight. Oh, 1 count with 2 outs and a runner at first. The 0-1 pitch. Cassiola goes and throw down to second. Not in time. Cassiola steals second. And the Mustangs have a runner at first, or a runner at second base. With a 1-0 count. The 1-1 count and a 1-0 lead over the Ban Johnson All-Stars. We will be seeing some substitutions for Ban Johnson halfway through, so be a completely different lineup at that point. But the 1-1 pitch. Curveball hung over the zone, foul, strike two.
That was a great jump by Cassiola. Goff had a good throw over there to the shortstop Forrester. It just, Cassiola got a great jump off of Reed and was able to swipe that bag just as the Mustangs have been doing all year.
1 ball, 2 strike, 2 outs. Little bit of wind going from left to right. That's a rarity at Phil Welch as it's been dead all year. And the 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses the zone and way out of way. The catcher, Goff, was not even able to put his mitt on it. So that's a wild pitch, and Cassiola will trot down to third. Cassiola now at third base. He reached first on a walk and stole second. 90 feet away from scoring, but 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the 2-2 pitch. Change up upstairs, 3-2. Bacon was down with 2 strikes, and now he's worked the count to full. Reed comes set, and the pitch. Ball 4 outside, and the Mustangs will have runners at the corners. Second walk issued by Quentin Reed from the Missouri School of Science and Technology. Lewis Millay, the hottest hitter on this Mustangs team, the quickest player to 26 hits, has 68 at-bats, is leading the team in batting average. Or he's second in the team in batting average, hitting .382. Evan McDonald is first, hitting .465.
And the crazy thing is about those stats that you just read for us, James, is that Luis Millay hasn't been with the team the whole season. He joined late, but he hasn't been able to take his bat out of the lineup, as he's proven right there with that stat line.
He's also leading the team in doubles and is tied for first with triples with Tyler Cox and Brett Marr. Marr is on deck, and the 1-0 pitch. Change up upstairs, inside, 2-0.
What's crazy to me is it just shows a lot about this Mustangs lineup and how Johnson feels about a lot of these guys, is that Millay's batting 6th in this lineup. This lineup right now could be a potential playoff lineup for St. Joseph, and the 2-0 pitch. Curveball misses outside. It looked good over the plate. Yeah, Reed has kind of struggled with the command of that curveball. It's been very inconsistent. He's thrown a couple good ones. It has potential to be a good pitch. He's just had really a hard time commanding it early. 3 balls, no strikes, and the 3-1 is a foul ball. The 3-0 is a foul ball, brings the count to 3-1. And that just shows how hot Millay is swinging at a 3-0 pitch. You don't see a lot of guys that have the confidence to try to do that, but Millay was looking fastball. He got a good swing on it and fouled it straight back. Millay is second on the team in batting average, said before, and RBIs with 13, and the 3-1 dealing. Ball 4, Millay will take first. Hey, a lot of fans are winning pizza packs by Papa Murphy's after those walks, let me tell you. So Reed doing his part to please the fans here at Phil Welch. There's no more room for any more runners on base. Brett Marr's hitting .296 with .358 on base percentage, 21 hits and 71 at bats. He's tied for first for the team lead in triples with 2. Castiola's at third. Bacon is at second. Millay is at first. Quentin Reed in a bit of a jam. He's going to stay from the stretch as he hums a fastball in for strike 1. What's funny about Brett Marr is that he was originally supposed to be on this Mustangs team as a temporary kind of short contract type of guy like we saw with Hayden Steele and some other Mustangs until guys like Evan McDonald got back, but he was doing so well that Matt Johnson said, I like the way you've been playing. How about you stick around for the rest of the summer? So he fouls that ball straight back, and he's, with all these fun crowds of Phil Welch and getting along with all the guys, he figured why not. He is quite a character.
Real easy interview, real nice guy to talk to. He's a junior at Rockhurst University. Born in Warrensburg, home of the University of Central Missouri, the Mules. He's a 4-year letter winner in baseball and wrestling. And the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, ground ball. Shortstop Forsher for the force at second and safe. Pickard is looking to Kevin Starr saying, you got to be kidding me. But Brett Marr had a good slide into second, and that's going to drive in a run. St. Joseph goes up 2-0.
Yeah, that was Luis Mile hustling on over to second, and he must have got a great secondary as Reed is not happy as he kicked some of the dirt off the mound as he thought he was out of the inning.
Fielder's choice RBI. It's a shame that Brett Marr cannot be given the single for that. Counts as a run regardless. The bases are still juiced for Rodriguez. And St. Joseph, for the second game in a row, is about to bat around in the first inning. Rodriguez has been switch hitting of late, and the switch hit. Fly ball down the right field line, and foul. That ball looked like it could have carried the distance. Got a really good piece of wood on it. Was just short.
And this is what happens when you struggle with command at times, as Reed has. You can kind of sit on that fastball because he has to get balls over for a strike, and that's what the Mustangs have been doing, as we saw with Richardson's home run and then right there with Rodriguez.
The 0-1 is low and misses for ball 1. 1-1 count to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has been playing around with switch hitting. This is the first time he's really done it in games. He started messing with it at Missouri Western this year, batting practice, and now he feels comfortable with it, and it's been working for him so far. It's given him a double. It's two hits and a line drive in over to first base. It's going to be a one-hopper to the first baseman Hare, and he steps on the bag to retire out number 3. It was a good swing by Rodriguez, but just not hard enough to get out of the infield dirt. Top of the second coming up. St. Joseph leads the Van Johnson All-Stars 2-0. This is Mustangs Baseball on uclicktv.com. Keep it right here. The 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Van Johnson All-Stars in the top of the second. St. Joseph has a 2-0 lead over the Van Johnson All-Stars. John Milan work his second inning, and first pitch is a pop fly behind Phil Welch to Nate Goff, the catcher. Nate Goff went to goes to Graceland University. He's from Blue Springs, attended Blue Springs South High School, and a ground ball over to Marr at second. Step and a throw, and an out. Out number 1, second inning. Mustangs struck for 2 in the bottom of the first. continue to swing well in the first inning. It's been a characteristic of Phil Walsh the last three games. Drew Green is now up to bat. Green is playing third base. He's from the Seaboard team out of the Ban Johnson League, and 2-0 count from Milan to Green. Milan from the windup. And the 2-0. Ball 3 inside. Rodriguez had to fish in the dirt for that, but definite hitter's count to Green. He'll be looking for ball 4. Pretty humid night at Phil Welch. It's 64 degrees, however, and the 3-0 dealing. Upstairs, ball 4, and John Milan issues his second walk of the night. Joshua Hare from the North Kansas City Apartments Giants went to St. Thomas Aquinas in high school and currently is at Western Nebraska Community College. Right-handed hitter with an open stance as he cocks back and swings for strike 1. He've gotten a piece of wood on the ball and fouled it away, but it's a 1-0 count for John Milan as he's now talking to home plate umpire Frankie, but apparently Rodriguez is down. The ball fouled off of him. Frankie's going to step off the field, maybe going to get some ice for him. Hopefully Ozzy Rodriguez is not hurt that bad. Trying to get his chest protector off. You know, Clayton, you can play hurt, but you can't play injured.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. He's a tough guy. Catching, you know, if you catch as long as he has, you know, I used to catch back in my day as well. You take a bunch of just balls off the arm, off the side, off the neck at times, off your thighs, and you think you have the gear, you know, it doesn't hurt. But there's a lot of times where those foul balls especially find a part where you're not padded up, and it looked to just kind of catch him in one of those spots, and he'll be all right. Glad he's okay.
Joshua Hare with some good sportsmanship. Gave a fist bump to Rodriguez. No, he's okay, and we're going to get back on here with a runner at first base. 1 out. An 0-1 count to Hare in the top of the second. And now Rodriguez has to get out of the zone and chase a fastball that popped out of his mitt.
And that was a tough stop by Rodriguez. As you see, what he did there is he kind of had to slide way over in the other batter's box and throw his glove at it, as he couldn't get there with his chest protector, and it was a good stop holding the runner at first.
1-1 pitch, curveball, strike 2. That one was in there, but a 1-2 count now to Hare. But if you're Rodriguez, that's not something you're exactly looking for, that your next pitch you have to jump out of the zone and go chase the ball in the 1-2 pitch. Curveball inside, looked like it bent in, maybe a piece of the ball, maybe got in the edge of the zone at the end of the tail. It's inside for ball 2. 2-2 now the count to Hare. For the right-handed hitting first baseman. A lot of room between first and second, and foul ball down the right field line. Keep the count at 2-2. Joshua Hare bouncing around in the batter's box. And the 2-2 pitch from Milan. Curveball out over the zone. It's a pop-up just beyond the infield dirt into foul territory, first base side, and Louis Millay falls over the tarp in right field. Was a foul ball. I do not understand why Drew Green is running.
Well, I think what Drew Green thought was he might as well figure that somebody caught it, and what he did was he tagged up at first, and then when everybody was focused on this, he still didn't know if the ball was caught or not, so he just kept going.
Have a bit of an obstructed view.
And it looks like everybody kind of collided over by the tarp there. Hopefully everybody's okay, as there was 3 Mustangs going for it as Mar, Millet, and the right fielder Bacon were all over in the general area. But it looked like Millet had the best shot at it. It was going to be a really tough play, but that's exactly what Green was doing. He tagged up, and he figured he didn't have the best sight line, so he just started going, figuring that somebody caught it.
It's a bit of an odd duck play. If Millay would have come up with that, made the catch, I believe that he was stuck under the tarp, trying to get up, had to get help from Bacon and Marr. If he would have had to throw it back in, he maybe wasn't even thinking. Swing and a miss, strike two, 2-2 count. Or that's strike three, pardon me. Ring him up, set him down. Joshua Harris down, and now there's 2 outs in the top of the second. As I was saying, that would have been an interesting conundrum in the scorebook, as Drew Green might have been able to reach home plate. Most players can run the bases in about 12 to 15 seconds. First pitch into Pickard is strike 1.
And that's why I was kind of eyeballing Green and trying to look down the line, because that's a tough situation when everybody's focused on if Milay's okay. They're trying to help him up. And if he makes that catch there, then Green maybe can swipe a run and steal it real quick. And there's no problem in Green doing that. The Mustangs would do the same thing. That's just heads-up baseball, but that's a tough situation.
Smart baseball. I forgot that you can run on a ball caught foul, but it might have been a sacrifice fly to the first base side with no at bat and an RBI credited to Hare.
It would have been one of those plays that would have just been very tough to explain. We would have had to make sure we got an official scoring on it.
2 balls, 1 strike, and strike 2 finds the zone to bring the count to 2-2.
At the end of the day, good hustle by Milay and every one of the Mustangs involved. And it's just one of those, there's a lot of room over there, but there's a lot of ground to track down as well. And then the tarp got into play.
And now the 2-2 is fouled away.
Speaking of tarp, it's a great thing. We're out here playing baseball after yesterday's game was canceled due to rain. So the tarp was on the field. They pulled it off today, and the field is looking untouched by rain. So it's a great, beautiful thing.
2-2 pitch, fastball outside, ball 3. Surprised that Kai Turner's not been able to find an advertiser for the tarp, as the Chicago Cubs have Reynolds wrap on their tarp.
Have you seen Kai Turner today? He's wearing a...
The runner goes, and ball 4 will be issued. The runners at first and second.
As I was saying, he's wearing kind of a purple getup that's his button-up shirt and shorts, and it's got bomb pops as, the ice cream, I guess, so to say. The bomb pop, the red, white, and blue. It's all over his shirt and shorts with random just bolts of I think light or something. Very festive 4th of July attire. I have no idea where he found it. I heard from Jake Admire, an intern, that maybe it was on some website or something, but if you happen to run into Kai Turner at some point, he's got a nice little giddy-up going on tonight. Also be able to see it on St. Joseph Mustangs Snap chat story, so check that out. That's on the Twitter page.
Millay called a meeting with Milan, and the next pitch is a fly ball into left field, and Orencio Fisher will be underneath it to retire the side. Bottom second coming up. St. Joe has a 2-0 lead over the Van Johnson All-Stars. This is Mustangs baseball on UClick TV as seen on Roku. We'll be right back. Austin Cochran now on the mound for the Van Johnson All-Stars as Quentin Reed is done. Cochran from the Van Johnson Bankers, the Kansas City Bankers rather. This is the Van Johnson All-Stars team as the St. Joseph Mustangs lead the Van Johnson All-Stars 2-0 into the bottom of the second. This is James Stanley with you and Clayton Anderson here at historic Phil Welch Stadium. Matt Walnick will lead it off. The leadoff hitter, Rencio Fisher, is on deck, and in the hole, Jacob Richardson. Walnick takes first pitch for a fastball. 0-1 count. Next pitch, outside, ball one, 1-1. This could be an advantage for Van Johnson as they will have a different pitcher each inning. The Mustangs will not be able to get in a groove and be able to see each pitcher and figure out what they like. And the 1-1 is swung on, and that's popped up to second base. Underneath it is Pickard, and that'll be out number 1 in the bottom of the second.
It'll also be interesting to see Goff and how the other catchers do. Once again, this isn't always, they're guys for different teams, and that catching-pitching combination can be kind of interesting to watch, especially when you have a new pitcher trotting out every inning.
Rencio Fisher struck out his last time to Quentin Reed. The senior at Missouri Western takes ball 1 inside. He's out ahead 1-0 to wind up in the pitch from Cochran. Fastball misses now 2-0. Fisher the last 7 days has not had a hit, but has had 1 walk in the 2-0 pitch. Line drive into left field, and he breaks the streak, or he breaks the slump rather, and he'll be at first base after the line drive single to left. Jacob Richardson homered in the first inning. His first home run of the year and his 9th RBI. St. Joseph has scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Van Johnson All-Stars, no runs on 1 hit. They have stranded 4 on the pads. John Milan has been very crisp in his first couple of innings. As the first pitch is looked at outside by Jacob Richardson, he'll have a 1-0 count.
And Milan's arguably one of the best pitchers on this Mustangs pitching staff with guys on base, as he just seems to not be phased. He does what he does. The team's going to score a run on him, that's going to be on them, not because of his changing it up and getting nervous and forcing the issue. He's just very relaxed. He's got a good demeanor on the mound.
The 1-0 is a fastball for a strike to bring the count to 1-1. Richardson will be a senior at Nebraska Kearney University in the fall. Last 7 days in a bit of a slump, hitting 133 with 316 on base, 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. The runner goes, and the throw down to second to try to get the speedy Fisher is not in time, and Fisher will swipe the bag. Pitch was a strike, so Richardson will need to take some defensive swings here. But the Mustangs have a runner in scoring position with a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the second. Cochran comes set from the belt and the pitch. Curveball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lots of fans at Phil Welch Stadium tonight looking for their Mustangs to win their 23rd game of the year. It's an out-of-league game, and the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3 upstairs. And Richardson might be taking his 5th walk the last week. He's 6 foot even, 185 pounds. Leading the team in walks with 21. He was 2015 Mustangs MVP. The payoff pitch. Runner goes, the hit and run was on, and a long fly ball to center field, but it's high. Underneath it is the center fielder Straws, and he'll retire Richardson for out number 2. 2 outs now. Mustangs have a chance for a 2-out rally with Davey Casiola, who walked his last time, and stole a base and scored. Stepping in to hit from the left side as there is a right-handed pitcher on the mound. He's a switch hitter. He's 6'4", 215 pounds. Born in San Luis Obispo, California. All the way from the West Coast. Had to change a couple time zones, and first pitch is a changeup upstairs, misses for 1-0.
And these lineups are very interesting, especially in these non-league games. You know, Cassiel had a strong hold on third base early in the season, but Millet has gotten red hot, and he plays third base.
And first.
He could play some first, he could DH, so could Casiola, could DH.
The 1-0 pitch. Ball, strike one down the middle, leaves the count at 1 apiece.
We've just seen a lot of combinations from Matt Johnson. It's going to be very interesting to see what he does with all these combinations. It comes together for a solid playoff lineup as he's mixed and matched a lot along the way. Some have done better than others.
The 1-1 pitch to Davey. Strike two down Main Street, and Cassiola's down in a 1-2 count. As long as Casiola keeps his on-base percentage up, this last week he's at a 400 on base. I believe Matt Johnson's going to leave him in the lineup. His defense is good, but he started out red hot, and he's been in a slump as of the last couple of weeks. He has 8 RBIs and 2 extra base hits, a double and a triple. And the runner goes, and the 1-2 pitch, outside pitch out, and stealing the hot corner is Orencio Fisher. So he stole second, now he steals third, and St. Joseph continues to be aggressive on the base paths. They've stolen almost 80 bases this year.
Well, Casiola has just missed about 3 or 4 home runs, and that could make a big difference on just the way you look at him, his RBI numbers and his power numbers, as he's had about 4 fly balls caught at the warning track here at Phil Welch, where maybe at other stadiums they'd be out of the ballpark.
Time call by home plate umpire Jeremy Frankie. He hit 7 home runs this spring with Cal Lutheran. Was an All-American. Also batted .403, and he played 44 games. Cochran comes set from the belt, and the 2-2 pitch. Ground ball over to the left field side and through a hole right over the glove of the first baseman Hare, and Casiola will knock in his 9th of the year, and St. Joseph will go up 3-0 on the Van Johnson All-Stars. Mustangs 3, All-Stars nothing. Kyle Urich leading the team, couple of categories. Home runs and RBIs, popped up to shortstop as last time. He's hitting .307. .441 on base percentage. He hit all 4 of his home runs in the last week of June, and takes a strike. Give him 0-1. Right-handed hitter. Be a senior at Webster University. Just a couple of months. Born in St. Louis, and Casiola looks like he's going to run, but he holds up, and Urich fouls away strike 2. St. Joseph 3, Van Johnson All-Stars nothing. Now, this All-Stars team reminds me a bit of the barnstorming teams from way back in the day, back in the 30s and 40s, where you'd have all these All-Stars touring all over the place. Just the best players from a city wouldn't have a name, they'd just be the All-Stars. The 0-2 pitch, Casiola runs. It's a kind of a pitch out up high, and Casiola swipes base number 3 for St. Joe. Pardon me, that's the 4th stolen base, as Casiola has stolen his 2nd of the night.
Casiola's got 2, Fisher's got 2. I wonder if some other guys are going to try to join the party, as they've been having a field day with the pitchers and golf behind the plate.
Cochran takes the sign. He steps out wide when he taking the sign. He comes back up with his feet set together, and the 1-2 is high and popped high into the stands. Look out in the box seats. All the fans are ducking, and narrowly misses a group of fans, and the fan has come down with it now on the one-hopper with a bare hand. But Kyle Urich, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second base. He's 3rd in the Mink in RBIs and 3rd in home runs. On Monday night, went 1 for 4 with a double and drove in a couple. scored a couple of times. The 1-2 pitch from Cochran. Curveball inside, and that's popped up. Shallow center, or deep infield, rather, and that'll be out number 3 as Urick has popped out to shortstop twice. St. Joe tallies 1 on a RBI single by Davey Casiola, who scored Orencio Fisher. They go into the top of the 3rd with a 3-0 lead over the Van Johnson All-Stars. We'll be right back. This is Mustangs Baseball on the U. Meat of the order due up for the for the Van Johnson All-Stars. They'll now a bit of a correction. Wrong lineup up. The 2-3-4 hitters due up for the Van Johnson All-Stars in the top of the 3rd as they trail the St. Joseph Mustangs 3-0. St. Joseph has struck for 3 runs and 3 hits. Chase Reddick is up to bat. He is the only hit tonight so far for the Van Johnson All-Stars. John Milan into his 3rd inning. ERA is slowly going down as he came in with a .42 ERA for a team best, and he's thrown 21 innings, and he has a 3-0 record and now a first strike into Reddick. Milan challenged him with a fastball and got it by him, and the windup in the pitch for Milan. Ground ball over to the first base side. Millet has it with the big first baseman's mitt, and he has out number 1. Reddick is 1 for 2 today. Tanner Forscher walked in the 1st. Now up to bat. He's playing shortstop, right-handed hitter. Forscher plays for the Van Johnson Raiders. He's from Harrisonville, Missouri, and the first pitch is the ball that bounces to the backstop.
Wonder if he knows Brett Maher, also from Harrisonville.
Very well could have played baseball together. He goes to William Jewell. The 1-0 pitch. Slider. Strike 1.
William Jewell in the same conference as Rockhurst, so I'm sure they know each other at least from some crossing of paths, him and Brett Maher.
The 1-1 pitch with 1 out, and a long fly ball to left field. Fisher underneath it, calls it, has a can of corn, and he has out number 2. Fisher had a good read on it. It's a bit cloudy, so there might be a bit of an advantage now to fielders as there's no sun to compete with. Lights are coming on. It's a bit chilly in St. Joseph. Slight wind continues to blow from left to right field. There are now 2 outs to the number 4 hitter, Jack Pauley, who popped up to shortstop in the 1st, and he swings at the first pitch, and that's a pop fly left field. Fisher underneath it, and that's going to be out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. The All-Stars go down in order. We'll be right back. This is Mustangs Baseball on uclicktv.com. The bottom of the 3rd. Please stay tuned. Leading off for St. Joseph, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 meet of the order. Connor Bacon, Lewis Millay, and Brett Marr. Connor Bacon drew a walk in the first. He was stranded 90 feet away from scoring, and Tyler Funk now on the mound for the Van Johnson All-Stars as Austin Cochran will be done after going 1 inning, giving up 1 run that was earned.
Gotta have that Funk.
And 2 hits. Struck out nobody. Got all of his help from his defense. Bacon swung at the first pitch and fouled it away, and the 0-1 is on its way. Ball taken, 1-1 count now to Bacon. Bacon had a good play in right field to end the top of the first and the 1-1 pitch. Change up outside, 2-1.
Yeah, and Tyler Funk is from the BJ Van Johnson Raiders. He's from Liberty North High School, and he's at Maple Woods Community College, so teammates with Tyler Cox and Clayton Risch as that pitch finds the outside corner for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. St. Joseph leads Van Johnson All-Stars 3-0 in the 2-2 pitch. Ball 4 in the dirt. Funk figured he could waste one. And that brings the count to full. The payoff pitch. Ball 4, and that will walk Bacon. 2 walks for Bacon. It's now his 9th walk just in the last 7 days. Lewis Millay walked in the first, has been a walk party. Millay takes strike 1. He's down 0-1. Millay hitting .382 on the year. Came in with a .440 on base. Line drive center field, and that'll put runners at first and second. Millay continues to be hot, as he went 3 for 5 last night with 3 RBIs and a double. Lewis Millay puts runners at first and second as Brett Marr had a fielder's choice RBI in the first inning, and that's a pop-up infield over the third base where first baseman Hare calls for it and retires out number 1 of the bottom of the third. Marr swung on the first pitch, did not give himself much of an at-bat. 0 for 2 with an RBI. Ozzie Rodriguez steps up for the second time tonight. A ground out to first base in the first inning to end the Mustangs' 2-run campaign. They left the bases loaded. They've stranded 4 tonight. Runners at first and second, 1 out, and the pitch from Tyler Funk. Inside ball 1. Ozzie Rodriguez from Chandler, Arizona. New York Yankees fan. Learned that from his mom, and the 1-0 is a strike inside, 1-1. Favorite player was Derek Jeter growing up. His parents are Anthony and Maya Rodriguez. He went to Maple Woods Community College as well, Maybe he knew Tyler Funk. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. No appeal. Was that a fastball upstairs? The count is now 2-1 to Rodriguez. Maybe shaking off some pain in his left hand as he's hitting switch. May not be completely used to hitting from the left side as he came in as a right-handed hitter. If you're not used to hitting a certain way, that can make you prone to injury. In the 2-1 pitch, fastball in the dirt, 3-1. Majoring in computer science. Starting in his 6th game tonight. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball into center field. It's dying, and that's going to be down for a single and no RBI as Charging in is Straws, the center fielder, and now the runners will be at first and second, and they were able to get Lewis Millay at second base, napping.
I don't know about that call, James. What happened was Luis Millay rounded second, and as they cut off the throw, because Connor Bacon did not try to go home, they saw Millay taking the wide turn from second as he advanced from first to second, and he got caught in between second and third, and they picked him off essentially on the back pick. So Millay was rounding second.
Fireworks continue to explode outside Phil Welch Stadium. 9-4-6 in the scorebook. Rodriguez will still get the single. His runners at first and second with 2 outs as St. Joseph leads the Van Johnson All-Stars 3-0. The number 9 hitter, Matt Walnick, popped out to second base in the second inning. It's up to bat. It's a shame the Mustangs not able to capitalize on bases loaded as Millay was thrown out at second. Two-0 count to Matt Walnick, who has 3 stolen bases and was caught once his last couple of games. He's 15 of his last 79. 2-0 pitch, fly ball into right field, but shallow. Pauly underneath it, and that'll be out number 3. Top of the 4th coming up. St. Joe will have a 3-0 lead over the Van Johnson All-Stars. This is James Stanley with Clayton Anderson on UClick TV. We'll be right back.
Anthony Corona batting for the Van Johnson All-Stars. He fouls the first offering from John Milan. Foul. Corona's the DH tonight. He flew out to right his first at-bat. Ball misses low and away. Mustangs lead 3-0 here. Fireworks spectacular tonight provided by Mosaic Life Care, will follow the game. 1-1 the count. To the number 5 hitter, and strike on the outside corner by a good fastball by Milan that had some zip to it. Count goes to 1-2. Milan winds up and fires. Curveball misses just a bit outside. Count goes to 2-2. Milan gets the sign from Rodriguez. The windup and the pitch in the dirt, ball 3. Corona is from the Mid-Americare Nationals. High School Lee Summit as he walks. Ball 4. He went to Summit Christian. He went to Liberty North High School, rather. And he also attended Maple Woods Community College as he'll trot down for a walk in the first runner in the 4th for the All-Stars.
John Milan does not issue a lot of walks. He's only issued 1 in the last week in his last couple appearances.
Already has 3 tonight as he misses low and in, ball 1.
He had a stretch of 4 retired batters in a row that went back to the 2nd inning. That's now broken up with the walk by Corona.
It's always interesting to see how a pitcher's going to do in a start when they have primarily relief appearances from Milan. We've seen him most of the time just going 1 to 3 innings as that ball's on the hands of Goff as he was jammed, and that was a fly ball to Walnick, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So Goff's 0 for 2. So he pops up shortstop. That'll bring up Drew Green, third baseman.
Walnick's had a couple of pop-ups he's been able to record tonight, and he's having a good game defensively, and when is he not? One of the reasons why he's been kept in this lineup by head coach Matt Johnson.
So Drew Green, the third baseman, batting from the left side against Milan. Milan comes set, throws over. Nothing going as Corona didn't have a big lead whatsoever. Green walked in the 2nd inning. Milan comes set and fires. Low and in, ball 1.
Seems to be Milan's fastball. He seems to be missing the zone a little bit, as well as his slider. Could be the weather effects on the ball.
Ground ball to Walnick, over to Marr. Marr to first, in time. 6-4-3 double play finishes the inning. And just like that, we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Mustangs lead 3-0. Lorenzo Fisher will lead off for the Mustangs. Now pitching for the All-Stars as they're going inning by inning here is Dakota Graham. Graham plays for the Milgram Mustangs. He's a right-handed pitcher out of Odessa High School and attends Graceland University. A tall 6'2" right-hander. Now pitching for the All-Stars. We have a new catcher. We'll get you his name when we figure that out as Fisher steps in the right side of the box and swings at the first pitch. Will be over to short and in time for out number 1. So Graham wastes no time and records the first out of the inning. Now we'll bring up Jacob Richardson, who has a home run so far today, and he's flown out to center. Squares the bunt and takes a strike, strike 1. And the pitch is fouled away on the fist. Pitch just a bit outside. Count goes to 1-2 on Jacob Richardson. Foul ball at the end of the bat.
So now catching is Samuel Frazen, the North Kansas City Apartment Giants.
Ball misses. Count goes to 2-2.
Everyone else stays the same. Dakota Graham is now pitching, as Tyler Funk produced the only scoreless inning so far for the Ben Johnson All-Stars.
High fly ball to center. That'll be sailed under by Straws, and that'll be out number 2. Davey Cassiola steps in, the third baseman. So he'll test his luck, and ball goes low and in against Dakota Graham, who's retired the first 2 Mustangs in order. 1 ball, no strikes. Make it 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch by Graham just misses off the outside corner. Cassiel has a walk and a hit with 2 stolen bases. And he scored once. Also has an RBI. 3-0 now to Cassiola. Graham needs a strike. It does not get any easier from here as Urich and Mealy are to follow. Ball 4 straight pitches. So Cassiola stays perfect on the day. Kyle Urich stepping in the play. He's 0 for 2 as he's popped up to short and popped up to second. Came into this game batting .307 with 23 hits, 25 RBI, so it just shows how lethal he's been at the plate.
And as always, the Mustangs get hits when they need them most.
Cassiol's got a decent lead over at first. Ball in the dirt, stopped by Franzen, but it was able to get away from him.
Cassiola left late after the ball got in front of the catcher. Could almost give Cassiola second base as Frazen had a chance to make a play on that, but it's going to take second on
Franzen did
a pitch.
As good as he could there. The ball kind of skipped off his left leg and went down the first base line and was unable to get the above average runner, Davey Cassiola.
He is 2 for 2 tonight in stolen bases.
A line drive into right, hit pretty well, but right at Pauly. And that'll be out number 3. Cassiola's walk doesn't come around to score. Mustangs still lead 3-0. You're watching Mustangs baseball on UClick TV. John Milan on for his 5th inning of duty will face the first baseman Joshua Hare, who has struck out in his one at-bat tonight. Struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Milan in the windup as he gets the sign and fires. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Good pitch by Milan. We'll open things up against Hare.
Hare's struck out swinging was the only victim tonight for John Milan, as he has 16 strikeouts. He leads the team in strikeouts, as now there's a 1-1 count to Hare.
Milan went right back to that slider, but missed way outside for ball 1. Slider looked like it was about to hit him. It came back, just couldn't quite find the inside corner of the zone. Count goes to 2-1. Wind blowing a little left to right.
Most wind we've seen at Phil Welch Stadium.
And a big swing and a miss on an outside fastball. Good location by Milan. Count goes to 2-2. Top of the 5th. Strike 3. Got him looking with a fastball that froze Hare, and he strikes out twice. And tough for him in an all-star game. That might be the only time he sees at the plate. Carson Pickard will be the second batter for the All-Stars here in the top of the 5th. As the first pitch is fouled away. Mile will give chase to it, but not a chance as that ball is way out. Side of the regulated playing surface.
Might as well have been a mile away.
One out here in the top of the 5th. Milan's been good as he misses high, ball 1.
Carson Pickard's going to wrap it up for this Van Johnson lineup as the leadoff hitter Craig Strauss is on deck.
Ground ball to short. That'll be fielded by Walnick and fired across the diamond for out number 2.
Looks like there's no more rain in the forecast tonight. It's sitting around in mid to low 60s.
And a line drive by Strauss, and that'll be the first single of this inning and the second hit for the All-Stars as Strauss will cruise in to first base with a single.
Second hit of the night for the Van Johnson All-Stars with the left fielder Chase Reddick. It's 1 for 2.
And Chase Reddick has one of those 2 hits as he had a single to right in the first inning.
And now a bit of a mix-up here as Tanner Forschler is slow to get out to the plate. I believe he was not ready on deck.
Chase Reddick is due up. It looks like there's going to be a pinch hit for him. So that'll do it for Reddick, the left fielder.
Jared Gage come in to bat. This is an all-star game, and there's going to be lots of substitutions. Well, all-star game for the Van Johnson All-Stars, that is. More like a barnstorming game, if you ask me.
Ball misses away. 1-1 to Gage, who will replace Reddick in the 2-hole. I would imagine go out to left field defensively. 1-1 the count to Gage. Milan comes set. Runner goes. Hit and run was on, but fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Milan has been fairly efficient so far as he's only given up 2 hits, and he has walked 3 so far. Which is a little, make it 4 actually, which is a little uncharacteristic for Milan. But none of those walks have came around to scores. He's been efficient with guys on base as he has been all year. Slider misses high, 2-2. Reddick, before exiting the Gage, was 1 for 2 on the night. It's a big ground ball, high chopper. No one's going to get there to first as Milan was late getting over, and there's a little confusion on if him or Brett Maher was going to take first base. I believe this did go down as an infield single for Gage. So Gerard Gage gets his first hit of the night in the 5th. And then I'll move Straws up to second. Forrester will remain in the lineup as he will stay at his spot, batting here in the 5th inning. Forrester has walked and flown out to left in his first 2 at-bats. He's 0 for 1. The pitch from Milan. In there, strike 1 on the outside corner. Runners on first and second, 2 outs.
Wonder why head coach Tom Daly has decided to substitute a couple players out, not his entire lineup. Maybe he's going to trickle through them.
Or maybe he has less players at certain positions. So you never know and how many guys are carrying, how many guys could even end up coming to this game. We don't know much about the Van Johnson League other than the teams the Mustangs have played. The 0-2 pitch is chopped foul. So we'll do it again.
Brett Maher dancing behind second base, trying to get Milan maybe to throw back to try to tag out Craig Straws, who's at second.
Milan comes set, gives Straws a check over at second. The pitch, off speed, breaking ball, misses high, ball 1. Tanner Forster, the shortstop. Ball misses away. Count pushes to 2-2.
Check swing, and it's an appeal down to second base umpire Kevin Starr, field umpire rather, and Starr says he did not go around. It'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count with the 2 on.
The William Jewell College native Tanner Forster in a 2-2 count as that pitch just misses the inside corner. Rodriguez held it out there for home plate umpire Jeremy Frankie to see, but didn't get the call. Count 3-2 now. Very patient at bat by Forster as he jumps all the way back to 3-2.
Milan might go slider here.
The payoff pitch is a hard drive into center field. Richardson drifting back will make the catch. The All-Stars stray in 2 with 2 hits. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. You're watching Mustangs baseball on UClick TV. Mustangs lead 3-0. Jake Slocum now pitching for the Van Johnson All-Stars. He attended high school at O'Hara, Archbishop O'Hara High School in Raytown, the Catholic high school. And he's currently attending Avila University in Kansas City. Bottom of the fifth. Connor Bacon will lead it off and take up and away ball one. Every pitcher getting some work here for the Van Johnson All-Stars. The 1-0 pitch is fouled straight back by Bacon. And, you know, this is a good opportunity for the Mustangs to see lots of varieties of different pitching, especially with the Mink League winding down and playoffs getting ready to start. They get to see a lot of different arm angles and deliveries. Curveball misses high.
It's 2-1 count to Bacon. He has a couple of walks, so he's gotten a walk against Quentin Reed and Tyler Funk. So maybe he'll get a hat trick of walks against three different pitchers.
3-1 now to Bacon. He has been very patient. He knows what pitch he wants to drive, and he's not getting over anxious up there at the plate. 3-1 pitch is belted to right, but fouls. Bacon turned on that and destroyed the ball down the right field line.
That one might be on Southwest Parkway right now and how hard he hit that. Too bad he couldn't level his swing out and drive it over the wall. The Mustangs would be up 4-0. Bacon may be hitting .222, but that .462 on base percentage is something that stands out.
The 3-2 pitch is fouled away.
Bit behind on that, fouled to the opposite field where he hits. It's a full count.
Kind of a protective swing. The 3-1 pitch was not a protective swing as he jumped on a fastball he liked, just turned on it a little too much. Curveball got him looking. Strike three. So good pitch by Slocum.
Connor Bacon was looking for the fastball on that, and he hesitated, and you only have a couple of seconds to decide if you're going to swing or not. Not even a couple of seconds. And he just looked at that one all the way in, and he knew it the time it broke the plane. That curveball was good.
One out as Luis Mile steps up for the Mustangs.
Mile 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Was caught out at second base as he kind of went too far on the base pads. It's back in the third inning. Brett Maher's on deck.
Mustangs lead 3-0. Bottom of the fifth. This game is moving along fairly quickly here.
And no one has been hot as Louis Mille, especially through his first tenure of games.
Ball upstairs. The only person that might be hotter in this area of Missouri might be Kendrys Morales.
Louis Mille has played in 19 games so far, and in 68 at-bats, he's posted 26 hits and 12 runs scored.
Strike on the outside corner, count 2-2. Mille really jumped out of the gate strong as soon as he joined this Mustangs team. A lot of confidence. It's a good idea at the plate. He hits a curveball off the hands, bobbled by first baseman Hare, but he'll run over to first and make the play. Looks like there has been a substitution. Is actually Joshua Scribber from Natural Baseball Academy that made that play out of Nebraska, University of Nebraska, Omaha. So he subbed in for Hare over there at first. Be out number 2. Bottom of the fifth. Maher slaps it down the line, but foul.
Barely missed the third base bag, and that would have been a fair ball. It's been the best inning so far by any all-star pitcher. Second best inning came from Dakota Graham, who retired the Mustangs in 4 plate appearances, issued a walk. That was a 2-out walk, so inning's not over. Slocum could still end up giving up some runs. Now he's talking to his catcher, Frazen.
Maher has a fielder's choice and an RBI, and then he popped up to second, so he's 0 for 2 on the night. Looking for his first hit here. Maybe start a 2-out rally in the bottom of the fifth for the Mustangs. 1-1 count. The windup and the pitch from Slocum. And the dirt ball, too.
Good eye there by Brett Maher, taking the curveball inside, late off it. Pitches like that break low in the zone and then out of the zone, especially with the off-speed, splitters and curveballs can do that. But good eye there from the second baseman.
The 2-1 pitch. One hopper over second baseman Pickard. And he'll retire Maher. The Mustangs go 1-2-3 in the fifth. We'll have the top of the sixth coming up for you next on UClick TV. This is Mustangs Baseball. John Milan still on for the Mustangs, as John Milan will look to start the 6th inning here. Mustangs holding on to a 3-0 lead against the All-Stars. Due up would be Jack Polly. Looks like we got a pinch hitter stepping in. So he takes one inside.
It's going to be Cody Gregory.
Cody Gregory, number 3. So your scorebooks, he replaces Polly. And a ground ball up the middle is going to be a tough play by Walnick. Pirouette spin in time. A good dig by Mealy. And what a play by Walnick, as this up the middle defense seems to just keep getting better. So Milan gets some help from his defense on the first out of the inning as Walnick made a spinning acrobatic throw over to Mealy, who was able to dig the ball out of the dirt to retire Gregory. 6-3 with his star next to it after that play.
Nathan Vossman now up to bat for Anthony Corona.
As Vossman will take inside strike 1. Vossman takes a big cut at a fastball upstairs, strike 2. Got him swinging a miss, and Vossman will set down for out number 2.
This could be one of the problems for Van Johnson. If you have players coming cold off the bench, they're not ready for this, and just like Vossman there, he swung it 3 straight pitches, and a couple of them might have been balls, and down swinging with Nate Goff. Well, Nate Goff would have been due up. Now batting Samuel Frazen.
Frazen takes a big cut at a fastball, strike 1. Maybe a changeup there, as Frazen was way ahead of it.
Another swing and a miss, and John Milan has thrown 5 straight strikes. Milan has gas working for him, and he's just on fire.
The 0-2 pitch fouled straight back. Count goes to 1 and count stays at 0-2 rather. Samuel Frazen plays for the NKC Apartments Giants. He's attended high school at Pembroke Hill and goes to Denison University. And got him looking on the outside corner. Milan strikes out his second of the inning, and the All-Stars go 1-2-3 quickly, and Milan will finish his 6th inning of work. Mustangs lead 3-0. You're watching Mustangs baseball on UClick TV. Ozzy Rodriguez will step on the plate for the Stangs to face Aaron Berenson, the new pitcher, the righty out of Park University. Went to high school at Bishop Carroll. He throws right-handed.
Massive substitutions around the board. Everybody is new, except for the batters who batted in the top of the fifth, top of the sixth. Gage will be in left, replacing Reddick. Lamb will be in center, replacing Straws. Gregory will be in right, replacing Pauly, as the next pitch is taken for a ball outside. 2-0 the count to Ozzy Rodriguez. At third base will be Zach Slavin replacing Green. At shortstop will be Boyer replacing Forschler. Second base, Veer, and substitute for Pickard. Scribner will be at first, and behind the plate will still be Frazen, as it's 3-0 now to the 1 for 2 Ozzy Rodriguez. Three balls, no strikes to Rodriguez, and the 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Rodriguez walks to first. That is the sixth walk issued by the Van Johnson All-Stars pitching staff tonight.
And Matt Walnick will step up for the Mustangs. He'll get his first try against Berenson with a run on first and nobody out.
He popped out in the second against Cochran.
First pitch misses high and tight.
And in the third, he popped out to right field, and that was to Tyler Funk. Mustangs struck for 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, and since have been silent. But now they have the leadoff hitter on base.
Pitch from Walnick misses high and tight again, so ball 2.
Walnick hitting 190.
He's really struggled behind the plate, but has made some dazzling defensive plays.
On base sitting at 273.
Berenson comes set, checks the runner, and fires. Misses high, ball 3.
He's been hitting 125 in this last week with a 176 on base percentage. All of his hits, however, have come with men on. So he has 3 RBIs.
It's the second baseman, Vienn's going to go talk to Berenson, and the conference is over. High and tight, ball 4.
2 straight walks now issued by Berenson. It makes me wonder if one of these pitchers later on got in a jam if they would have to pull him out earlier. There's about a pitcher per inning. There is some movement in the Mustangs bullpen in right field. Might be it for John Milan, who has pitched an absolute gem. 6 innings of shutout ball with 4 strikeouts.
And we don't know with him, this only being his second start, what his pitch count limit is tonight. So he might not be conditioned for a full, complete start, as some of the other guys like Miles Kilgore, Logan Jasic, and just to name a few, are able to throw those high number of innings. The first pitch to Fisher is bunted right in front of the catcher. Throw safe, and Fisher beat it as that ball was probably about 2 feet in front of home plate, but kind of was rested up against the lip, and Frazen had a hard time with it. And the bases are now loaded with the bunt single for Fisher.
So Jacob Richardson is 1 for 3 with a home run. He's now coming up. Maybe he'll go 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. Could have a grand salami here.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Richardson's going to be followed by Cassiola. Pitch misses up and away. Ball 1. Berenson has really struggled to harness his control as he's walked 2 guys and given up the bunt single. The 1-0 pitch. High fly ball to the center. Should be enough to score him. As Lamb camps under it and makes the catch. And another run scored for the Mustangs. It's 4-0 on the RBI sac fly by Richardson. Rodriguez scores. The other runners will stay put. And Richardson has his second RBI of the night. Four to nothing Mustangs lead. Davey Cassiola now up. First pitch misses low and away.
Cassiola having a good night behind the plate, or at the plate rather. 2 walks and a single and an RBI.
Big looping curveball in there, strike one. First time we've seen that from Berenson. Out of his bag of tricks. Fisher on first, Walnick on second. Pitch misses high and away. 2-1 now to Cassiola. Mustangs ahead 4-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Berenson comes set. Fastball grounded right up the middle. That's going to score Walnick as he comes around third, and the ball gets under the glove of Lamb, but Fisher not able to advance as the ball is right in front of him. Cassiola delivers on the RBI single, and it's 5-0 now.
Mustangs are able to keep the line moving as now they have tallied 2 walks, 2 hits, and 2 runs.
Urich watches a big looper in there for strike one. Slow curveball.
Urich is 0 for 3, and he's kind of cooled off now. Weather maybe having an effect.
And a high drive to left. That's going to go way back and off the wall on a hop. And Fisher will come around third and score, and Cassiola will slide into third safely. So Urich gets an RBI double, and it's 6-0 Mustangs.
As I say that, now Urich gets his first hit tonight. Went 1 for 4 with the double in his last game, and now he's 1 for 4 with the double tonight. It's going to be a meeting at the mound, and this might be goodbye all she wrote for Aaron Berenson. And it will be.
So Berenson doesn't get through his scheduled inning to work, at least. Cassiola is at third, and Urich is at second with the RBI double. 6-0 Mustangs lead as they really have broken open with 3 runs on the bottom of the inning. The All-Stars are going to have to get to work here. We're going to take a short break as the pitching change. We'll be right back. This is Mustangs baseball on the U, available also on Roku. Pinch hitting for the Mustangs is Tyler Cox, and he'll face Brandon Sinek, the new pitcher out of Johnson County Community College, plays for the Van Johnson Blaze. A big cut by Cox on the curveball will be the first strike as he missed the pitch. It was a good late life breaker.
Tyler Cox probably will move into right field for Bacon as the infielders are all playing in, which, frankly, since Tyler Cox loves to swing for the fences, he has a lot of extra base hits. Tied for the lead in triples with a couple, with Brett Marr and Lewis Millay.
Ball in the dirt gets through the wickets of Frazen, and Cassiola will score, and it's 7-0.
That's now earned run number 4.
So Cassiola scores on the wild pitch from the new pitcher, Stanek.
For Aaron Berenson, who went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 hits. Now 4 runs, all of them earned. Now there's a runner at third base, and Kyle Urich.
Kyle Urich advances a third on the wild pitch as well. The 2-1 pitch to Cox is low, ball 3.
You know, this is difficult for an all-star team like this. They may have not played that much before, and they're just now getting used to each other. Then as soon as they start getting in a rhythm, one of them has to leave as lots of substitutions.
A big swing and a miss, and very ill-advised from Tyler Cox, who maybe was looking dead red on a fastball. Got the slider with the 3-1 pitch that was way out of the zone. Count goes to 3-2.
Swung at ball 4, and that would have put runners at the corners. Have to take some defensive swings now or take ball 4.
The 3-2 pitch is clubbed in the left field for an RBI for Cox, so he didn't want the walk, he wanted the RBI, and it's 8-0. This game has really opened up as the Mustangs have scored 5 in this inning.
So that does it for Berenson. All five of his runs are earned. Every guy he put on scored. The only out he had was a productive out in a sacrifice fly to Jacob Richardson.
So Bacon in the 5 spot had 2 walks and a strikeout, and then Cox comes in and pinch hits for him and gets a hit and an RBI, and that'll bring up Luis Millet. The 0-1 pitch to Millet is low and away, ball 1.
These all-stars are not playing like all-stars, giving up 8 runs just in 6 innings.
The 1-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner, strike 2.
St. Joseph has struck for 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, have been dormant, but they have had a couple of base runners on in the 3rd and 4th. They were retired in order in the 5th, and now here in the 6th, they've scored 5 with 1 out, and that said earlier, the 1 out was a productive one.
Slider low and away, ball 2.
Millay is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk, and a pop up to first base.
The 2-2 pitch. Got him looking on the corner, and Millet doesn't look happy about the call from home plate umpire Jeremy Frankie as he rings him up on the outside corner. And that'll be out number 2.
It's only the 3rd time tonight that any Mustang has struck out.
Brett Marr stepping in for the Mustangs as he takes ball number 1. The 1-0 to Marr is fouled straight back. Count goes to 1-1. Mustangs lead 8-0. They've had erupted here in the 6th. Marr so far is 0 for 3. He's looking for his first hit. Cox goes. The throw is wild by Frazen as he threw from his knees. Maybe he didn't have to. Cox did not get the best of jumps.
Stolen base number 5 for St. Joseph tonight. 5 for 5.
The pitch was a strike, and Marr watched it, but Cox swiped second base, and a good throw might have got him. As I said before, he did not have a particularly great jump. Slider misses low and away, but Frazen threw the ball way on the right side of second base, and this is all they could do just to keep it on the infield.
The batter who started this all is on deck now, Nazi Rodriguez. Led off the inning with a walk.
The 2-2 pitch just got a piece of it. We'll do it again. Stanek comes set. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 3. The full count and the pitch fouled away.
Full count to Marr. Taking a couple of defensive swings has helped him out.
Marr with the open stance, and Stanek comes in with a slider that hung up high but fouled away by Marr. We'll do it again as he's really dragging on this bat. It's that bat, rather.
I would say it's good to wear out a pitcher like this and try to get him out early, but Ben Johnson has struggled against the Mustangs except for the last couple, 3 hitters before this, pitchers before this inning, and Tyler Funk, Dakota Graham, and Jake Slocum.
Ground ball up the middle. A great play. And he's out. And a wonderful play by Boyer, the shortstop, who has just subbed in, as he gets the Sports Center sounder from the PA guy here, Phil Welch, and robs Marr. Mustangs don't go quietly as they score 5 in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back. You're watching Mustangs baseball on UClick TV. Zach Slavin steps in the box for the All-Stars. He takes high and tight. He's Central Methodist. Went to high school at Grain Valley. Started his high school career at Blue Springs South and switched over to Grain Valley. The plays a little catcher, playing third base tonight as he subbed in for Green in the 7th spot as he takes 2 quick balls from Carnegie. Milan had one heck of an outing as he went 6 scoreless. Carnegie starts with 3 balls. Carnegie comes in tonight pitching 17 1/3. He has a 6.75 ERA, and he's really been killed by walks as we see him throw 3 straight balls. He has 16 walks, only 9 strikeouts. So control has been an issue for Carnegie as he walks Slavin. So Slavin's first at bat is a walk as he stares at 4 straight pitches. And the 7th will start with a runner for the All-Stars. Joshua Skirbner, who is playing first base, is up to bat. Has the same first name as the guy he replaced, Joshua Hare. Takes ball 1, 5 straight balls make it 6. As Carnegie really has had trouble hitting anything close to the strike zone. And the 2-0. Carnegie comes set. In there, strike 1. So Carnegie avoids throwing 7 straight balls. And hums his first strike of the outing in there right down the pipe. Need 2 more of those to strike out. Skibner, who swings and misses, and count goes to 2-2. Carnegie comes set, and a big swing and a miss as Scribner looked very awkward as he ended. You see a lot of guys in with their left hand on the bat. He ended up with just his right hand on the bat. Looked very uncomfortable, like his hand might have slipped on his follow through. But Carnegie will take the strikeout anyways. So out number 1 for the inning. First pitch in there, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch fouled away. That's Raman Var stepping into the box as he's quickly down 0-2. Ball misses high and tight. A little chin music from Carnegie. It's the first ball.
4th of July weekend, some fireworks being shot out over center field beyond the trees.
Looks like it's over there in the parkway. They're shooting off some fireworks. We'll have fireworks to follow this one.
18-12 overture tonight. Tomorrow night we'll even have a bigger display. The ultimate fireworks display by Mosaic.
Boom,
as some
baby.
Big explosions pop and squeal and all sorts of fireworks sounds are behind us.
The 1-2 is fouled away. Rowley is looking very patriotic tonight. He's got the red, white, and blue attire on his hat and on his shirt. So very festive rally with Mustang.
It's appropriate for military appreciation night here at Phil Welch Stadium.
The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Good stop by Rodriguez.
Rodriguez makes stopping pitches just look effortless. He knows how to block the ball. He has those tools he's wearing, those pads, and like a carpenter, has a very fine craft.
Carnegie comes set. The 2-2. Misses low and in. Ball 3.
Pickard went 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk, and now Var will have a chance with a full count to get something going for the Van Johnson All-Stars.
The full count is slapped over to right. Jacob Hurst, who has checked into first base, gives it a long run, but nothing doing. So Hurst will sub in for Melee as the Mustangs making a few of their own changes. Jacob Hurst a little bit better defensively than Melee. Maybe lacks a little bit with the bat. But he brought in late in this game. Kanegi comes set and fires. Fouled away. We'll do it again. So the fans continue to get a little prequel of what's to come out there at center field with some fireworks.
Those are very conveniently placed.
High and away. Ball number 4. He walked him.
Kanegi's issued a couple of walks.
Second walk for Kanegi. As he has struggled to command, that's his 18th walk of the year. So he came into the tonight with 16. Go ahead and give him 18 now. You know, James, it always kind of reminds me of the fireworks of 4th of July of the scene in Sandlot, where the only time they can play a night game is when the fireworks are going off. Kind of somewhat reminiscent of that scene with these fireworks going off in the background. We do have the lights here.
That would be a long fireworks display. That would have to go on for a couple hours.
I always wondered how that worked and how it was right over top of them, too. But, hey, it's a movie. It looked cool. I believed it.
Well, and talk about seeing dead red. If you're hitting, all the fastballs are going to be red if it's a red firework that is exploding. Don't think it'd make you hit any better.
Well, Benny and the Jet Rodriguez hit the cover off the ball with the fireworks, so it seemed like he could see the ball pretty well. And that guy was a true legend. Stole home for the Dodgers. 1-0 pitch. Strike to the outside corner. Obviously a fictional story. Don't want you to believe that Benny the Jet Rodriguez actually did play for the Dodgers, but a beautiful story nonetheless.
Jackie Robinson stole home.
There we go. Not Benny the Jet. Kanegi comes set. Takes a long look at the runner. Fastball hummed on the outside corner, strike 2.
Jackie Robinson may have played here at Phil Walsh Stadium, speaking.
I'm just going to say he did.
Later. Great. Well, the Kansas City Monarchs barnstormed here back in the 30s and 40s.
The 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a foul ball.
Should say for 1 year in the 30s, 1939, the year that Phil Welch was built. It's just a hair over 70 years old.
And it's held up pretty nicely. Lots of fans out here tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Didn't mean to, but strike 3. 2 outs. As Kanegi records his second strikeout, as he's really not felt to include his defense at all, as he's striked out 2 and walked 2, and he's done everything by himself. John Lozano, playing for the Bankers out of Park University, steps into the box, takes low and away, ball 2. So Gerard Gage is done. There's been a real tree over here at the second batter as Lozano will step in. First strike is delivered by Kanegi, gets a ovation from the fans. The 2-1 pitch. Kanegi comes set and delivers. Fouled away by Lozano. Lozano went to Marshall Senior High School in Marshall, Missouri, and now attends Park University and plays for the Park Pirates in Parkville. NEIA school. Kanegi comes set and fires. Ground ball to short in between the hole of Cassiel and Walnick. And the bases are loaded as Slavin is held up at third.
Nice 2-out single there for Lozano. Pinch hitting for Jarrett Gage, who pinch hit for Chase Reddick.
People are pinch hitting for everyone. We've got a new hitter here.
Curtis Boyer.
Curtis Boyer, who made the fine play at short and replaced Forrester at shortstop, will step in for his first at-bat. Everybody trying to get at-bats tonight for the Ben Johnson All-Stars here at Phil Welch, playing in front of a capacity crowd. First, low and away, ball one, count 1-1. And a chopper. It's going to be tough to deal with for Marr, and he's just going to put it in his pocket. So an infield single for Boyer. Not only did he make that fabulous play, but he drives to the first RBI of the night, as Slavin will score from third rather. So an RBI for Boyer, and it's 8-1. Big swing and a miss. Count 0-1. As Gregory swings and misses to make the count 0-2. Gregory subbed in for Jack Pauly in right field, who's playing left actually now though. Kadegi comes set. The 0-2 pitch. High and tight, ball one. Kanegi has walked two, struck out two, and given up two singles. Or correction, just one single. I was right the first time, two singles. Kanegi gave up the hit to Lozano in the gap on the ground ball between third and short, and then the infield single to Boyer. So back-to-back hits for the All-Stars. Count 1-2 to Gregory. Tall righty. Kanegi comes set. This is low.
2-2 count, bases loaded.
So 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 singles.
This is beyond Deuces Wild.
And 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs has been what's going on this inning.
The bases are loaded, though.
The bases are loaded.
Not necessarily 2 on for the traditional Deuces Wild, but there are lots of 2s across that board. Big firework.
And we got the Sandlot music going by the PA. Very reminiscent of the movie. As that trend continues here at Phil Welch. Kanegi fires a breaking ball. It's going to be a high pop-up to shallow right. Sailed under by Marr. Ben Johnson scores 1. Led to the bottom of the 7th. Mustangs lead 8-1. Ozzy Rodriguez leads it off from the right side of the plate this time for the Mustangs.
It's his first right-handed at bat in a while, as now Jonathan Felix will take over for Brandon Stanek. Stanek
ball misses away. Count goes to 2-0.
Stanek went 2/3 of an inning taking over for Aaron Berenson, who had a lot of trouble.
Strike in there. 2-1 now.
So I had to say there might be some lightning way out to the west, but it's just fireworks reflecting off the clouds.
Rodriguez takes low and in. Count goes to 3-1.
Last night's game was rained out, and luckily tonight it's nice and cool. Very strange weather for July. 64 degrees at first pitch. Rodriguez has a 3-1 count. 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Scored a run. Now he walks twice in 2 innings as he led off the Mustangs' big 5-run 6th inning with a walk, and they almost batted around, and Matt Walnick now will bat for the 4th time.
Walnick is 0 for 2 with a walk and a pop up to second and a fly out to right. We'll look for his first hit tonight as he fouls the first one away.
Now batting shortstop Matt Walnick.
Luckily, there's no celebratory gunfire at Phil Welch Stadium, like what happened the last time, well, before this spring, when the last time a U.S. team played in Cuba. It was their Independence Day, and interesting story. I believe the team was a barnstorming team from Rhode Island. This was back in the 50s. Ed Charles from the Kansas City A's was on that team. He was out in the bullpen when suddenly into like the 3rd or 4th inning, the game started very late. It hit midnight. Check me if I'm wrong on this story. I'm trying to get it best I can. At midnight, became their Independence Day. Lots of fans brought guns to the game, started firing up into the air, and the bullets started to rain down, and Ed Charles with another player ducked underneath a Jeep that was parked in the bullpen, being Cuba.
Walnut grounds to third, and that ball is booted by Slavin over at third.
Anyways, as I was saying, 2 guys stuck underneath the Jeep would see the bullets hit the ground. In front of them, there were that many bullets flying down. That's the story from 1950s Cuba, the last United States team to play before the embargo.
Clayton Risch now batting. Still nobody out as Jonathan Felix is looking for his first out. Strike in there on the outside corner.
This inning starting out the way the last inning started. There were Mustangs at first and second, then a single by Fisher loaded him, and then sacrifice fly from Richardson gave the Mustangs 1 more run.
The 0-1 pitch. Fouled away. Rodriguez got on with a walk, and Walnick got on with an error by the third baseman, Slavin. And that'll bring up Risch, who's batting for Orencio Fisher, and Dade Wheeler's on deck as it looks like he's going to replace Jacob Richardson. Fastball misses up and away. 1-2. Still nobody out. Felix comes set. And a hard line drive to center fielder Lamb, who will make the play, out number 1. Risch got a good piece of wood on it, but lined out right to the center fielder for the first out of the inning. So Dade Wheeler will replace Jacob Richardson. The speedster utility player usually plays some second from Kansas City, Kansas Community College. Felix comes set. Corners maybe expecting a bunt as Scribner and Slavin both playing in or even with the bag. Cassiola to follow. Felix misses low, ball 2. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the 7th, the Mustangs lead 8-1. Felix comes set. Fouled away. 2-1 the count. To the righty, Dade Wheeler. Pitch is off the hands and a looping fly ball to right will be out number 2 as Gregory settles under it. So good pitch by Felix to retire Wheeler, and Davey Cassiola will step up for the Mustangs with 2 outs.
Now batting third baseman Davey Cassiola.
So Davey Cassiola will not be subbed out. He is hot tonight, 2 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Deuce is wild on the stat sheet.
Ball misses low. Cassiola followed by Urich if he gets on.
Oh, also not to mention he has 2 stolen bases.
Wow.
And he's advanced on 2 walked and 2 wild pitches.
What a night for Davey Cassiola as it's a soft liner into the gap for a base hit, and round third comes Rodriguez. He really turned the Jets and scored. The Mustangs lead 9-1. RBI by Cassiola as he continues to stay hot tonight. Just what he needed as he was cooling off a little bit.
It's going to be an RBI double for the switch hitter. Maybe he'll get 2 doubles, Clayton. Kyle Urich is 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Hitting .307. Third in the Mink in RBIs with 26. Also third in home runs with 4.
Urich takes low and away. 1-0 the count. The pitch by Felix is a high pop-up and foul.
Some smoke in the outfield and probably from fireworks around St. Joseph, but the wind really seems to be pushing the smoke from left to right, and the flagpole does not reflect to seem as how fast that smoke is being pushed.
And Urich's deep fly ball to left might have been gone on any other night as it sounded really good off the bat, carried well. He ended up with a double, but the wind really kind of knocked that ball down as it hit that, as you were talking about, that left to right wind, and ended up one hop in the wall instead of getting out.
Well, it's very humid, and the ball does not carry particularly well in humidity.
1-2, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch by Felix is fouled away.
Urich with this 2-strike count. Felix has struggled a bit this inning, giving up a run.
Felix comes set and delivers. High and away, ball two. Good eye by Urich. Mustangs have some activity in their pen. See if they come out with Carnegie for another inning or maybe swap a pitcher. Get somebody some work. Cox will follow Urich if he gets on the 2-2. Just got a piece of it. Foul ball. Urich stays alive. Urich has popped up to second, popped up to short, float out to right, and had the big RBI double. 1 for 4 on the night. More wind than we've ever seen here at Phil Welch.
With those low-hanging clouds.
It's the flags above the clubhouse of the Mustangs that are blowing pretty heavily. The 2-2. Check swing didn't go. Count goes to 3-2 as that ball misses high and away.
Urich laid off on that. He almost went around, but it was a good eye and a good check swing.
You just feel the sense that none of these All-Stars pitchers have really got to fully get into their groove as they're each pitching one inning. You wonder if maybe they would have been better off carrying a little less pitchers and maybe working them 2 to 3 innings.
Well, I don't know if the win is necessarily important for the Van Johnson All-Stars as now Urich walks to first. I believe this is the only time they are playing. More of an honorary thing. And Tyler Cox has 3 home runs on the year. Number 4 would tie Urich, and it would give him a mess of RBIs. And Chris Gadman, if you're standing in the concourse after that walk, you've just won a Papa Murphy's pizza pack.
Tyler Cox will step up. He had an RBI single in the 6th.
There are lots of giveaways tonight as St. Joseph has now scored more than 6 runs. Your ticket stub is good for a Buffalo Wild Wings snack pack at your St. Joe Buffalo Wild Wings. It's good for tomorrow with your ticket stub.
What I really want, James, is I want somebody to really go ask about a situation like we had the other night where the Mustangs scored 16. If that gets you, I really want to know if that gets you 2 snack packs of wings.
Well, does this get you 1.5 since they've scored 9?
Nah, see, I don't think, the way I see it is that ball misses away. The way I see it is that you have to complete the full 6 or you get nothing. But I'm just wondering if each time 6 is reached, so actually you would have got, no, you would have only got 2. 18 runs would have got you 3.
That's what I'm saying, 2 2/3.
18.
Well, now, what if each run gets you 1 wing?
See, that would just be dumb business by Buffalo Wild Wings. It'd just be practically. And the one thing I don't know if Buffalo Wild Wings doesn't understand is that none of these ticket stubs have game numbers on them for all the general admission seats.
Back to baseball. Tyler Cox
takes low, ball 3.
Singled in his last at bat. He stole second base. He's a train on the base pads. When he gets going, he's hard to stop. Same way on his defense.
Thomas was always my favorite train. Tyler Cox is right up there. Strike on the outside corner. Cox wanted to get his engine going and jog on over to first.
Played quarterback at Blue Valley West High School. There was an injury his senior year and got to start it under center.
The payoff pitch, the runners will be moving, and a big swing by Cox, and he'll head over to the dugout with a strikeout as he tosses his bat. Mustangs score 1. It's 9-1 heading into the 8th. We'll be right back. You're watching Mustangs baseball on UClick TV.
Nathaniel Vossman will lead it off for the Van Johnson All-Stars in the top of the 8th. Struck out in his last at-bat. Colton Carnegie still on the mound for St. Joseph as his team has a 9-1 lead. The final couple of frames. It's a 1-0 count, or 0-1 count to Vossman. Make that 1-1 after the next pitch was taken for a ball that bounced to the backstop. Colton Carnegie came into the last inning to pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He allowed a run on a couple of singles, a couple of walks, recorded a couple of strikeouts. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Vossman. He's struck out twice tonight. Now batting is Jared Gage. Who came out of the game and now has come back in. He pinch hit in the 5th. Regardless, he's pinch hitting now. Might have been Nate Goff, as numbers for this Van Johnson All-Star team are a bit run together. We were told that by head coach Tom Daly before the game. They were doubling up on a couple numbers, but that is Nate Gage. Now he takes a 4-pitch walk to first.
Well, first off, James, their jerseys are camouflage, so maybe the numbers just blend in there a little bit.
Zach Slavin, right-handed hitter, comes up for the second time tonight, rather. Took over for Drew Green, who went 0 for 1 with a double play and a walk. First pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0 the count.
Those are rather unique jerseys, though, for the Van Johnson All-Stars, as they all have camo dry-fit jerseys.
The 1-0 pitch is down low, ball 2. Slavin had a walk and scored his last time. He led off the 7th inning with the walk. Carnegie gave up 1 run. That was the only one, and now a 3-0 count as Carnegie has some trouble finding the zone. No action out in right field for the Mustangs in the bullpen. Playing right is Cox. A couple of substitutions. Hurst is playing first base now. Malaya will be done for the day. I believe that Clayton Risch is in the game as well. Playing left field. And playing center field is Dade Wheeler. 3-1 pitch. Foul ball right in front of the Mustangs dugout. Bit of a soft liner.
We've seen a lot of Wheeler at second. We haven't seen him at center field this year, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. Maybe Johnson trying him out to see how he would play there in the future.
The payoff pitch from Carnegie. Foul ball. And Slavin stays alive. On deck is Joshua Scribner. Struck out his last time. 1 of 2 strikeouts in the 7th inning. This is Slavin's second at bat in 2 innings. The Van Johnson All-Stars struck for 1 in the 7th, and now swinging and missing at strike 3 is Slavin, and that'll be out number 2. Carnegie has 4 strikeouts in his last 5 outs. Struck out Scribner his last time. That was his first strikeout of the night.
Has a lot of velocity. Might have to harness a little bit of it. That's a line drive single into center field.
Now runners on the, well, not runners on the corners, but ducks on the pond at first and second. The 9-1 lead the St. Joseph Mustangs have over the Van Johnson All-Stars.
as he has a lot of strikeout stuff, but sometimes it's just harnessing that stuff and keeping it to the strike zone as he's had command problems all year.
Roman Villar walked in the 7th during his first at bat, now in his second at bat. Couple runners on with 2 outs. Fireworks after the game will be a really good show during the 18-12 overture that will be played. Fast or slider misses the zone. Breaking ball. 1-0 the count. Carnegie from the stretch, taking his sign from Rodriguez, who got hurt earlier and was able to remain in the game, and swinging and missing at strike 1 is VR. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners at first and second. No shift on the infield. The outfielders are playing a bit in the 1-1 pitch. Changeup misses 2-1. VR from Mid-Americare in the Van Johnson League. Went to Lee Summit North and currently attends William Jewell. He's playing second base now and swings and fouls off strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. St. Joe 9, the Van Johnson All-Stars 1. It's not the first time a barnstorming game has been played at Phil Wells Stadium. It may have been many years. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball again. Said earlier, lots of barnstorming teams played back here in the 30s and 40s, maybe even into the 50s. Carnegie comes set in the 2-2. Soft grounder, first base side. Hurst has it, and a toss over to Carnegie is in time for out number 3. So the Mustangs have a bit of a scare with runners at first and second. But we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Mustangs Baseball on UClick TV as seen on Roku. We'll be right back. Jacob Hurst will lead it off for the Mustangs. The 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for St. Joe as they lead the Van Johnson All-Stars 9-1. This is James Stanley alongside Michaela Brady as Clayton Anderson will be down on the field for our post-game interview with our player of the game and give you a bit of a sneak peek, or a hint maybe. He was the starting pitcher tonight, so if you can remember who that was, as long as the Mustangs continue to lead and win, as they have a 9-1 lead into the bottom of the 8th. One count to Hurst as he lifts the ball to left center shallow, and on the run is Lozano, and that's out number 1. Brett Maher is 0 for 4 with an RBI, had an RBI fielder's choice all the way back on the first. He's not reached first base since then. Now pitching for the Van Johnson All-Stars is Andrew Elwanger. Elwanger from the North Kansas City Apartments Giants, who were supposed to play last night, I believe, as the game was rained out, and it's an 0-1 count to Maher. Elwanger from Magnolia West High School plays at Rockhurst University, and the next pitch is taken outside to bring the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot of room in the middle of the diamond. Second baseman and shortstop playing far apart, and a hard hit ball up the middle could be trouble in a 1-2 count after a foul ball by Maher. Maher hitting .296. In the spring, he hit .222 with an RBI. 1-2 pitch. Curveball misses the zone. The bottom falls out, but low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Ozzy Rodriguez, switch hitting catcher from Chandler, Arizona in the 2-2. Another foul ball, and Maher is going to stay alive. He's grounded out twice tonight. Once to the left side of the field, once to the right side of the field. A good level swing right up the middle would put him on base. 2-2. Misses in the dirt off speed. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch is pending, and here it comes. Ball 4, and Maher is going to take first. Cannot tell if Elwanger is trying to throw some deception towards his hitters by faking him coming set, going to his windup. It's not like he's doing anything, an extra motion into his windup like Satchel Paige, where he would do a windmill action as he came to throw, the Hall of Fame pitcher for the Kansas City Monarchs and the Pittsburgh Crawfords, and later the St. Louis Browns and Cleveland Indians. But Brett Maher is at first. Second time he's been on base tonight. Ozzy Rodriguez switch hitting left this time, and first pitch is a fastball in for strike 1. Rodriguez has walked in his last couple of bats to Jonathan Felix and Aaron Berenson. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside. Brings the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Fireworks after the game on chilly night at Phil Wells Stadium.
Yeah, the stadium's already filled with smoke with other fireworks around the stadium.
Love the smell of napalm at night, and the 1-1 pitch. Foul ball down the left field line. Way into the stands, and that'll be strike 2 for the catcher. Fireworks night tomorrow night as well on July 4. Tonight is Military Appreciation Night. Had a couple of bald eagles before the game. Lewis and Clark were their names. They did not fly around, so they were benched per se. Last year they flew around though, I believe.
Yes, I heard that they were sick, so they
that
were
was
not
the
able
rumor
to
that went
fly.
around.
So
They were not cleared for takeoff.
yes, we had Lewis on the third line base.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and down goes Rodriguez. But you were saying, Michaela.
quite photogenic. He knew every angle was beautiful, and he showed every angle off.
Well, they're majestic birds, and they are. It's almost like it's hard to take a bad photograph of a bald eagle.
It is, it is. He didn't like rally, though.
The number 9 hitter, Matt Walnick, is 1 for 3 with the walk and a run scored. He reached via an air to the third base side his last time. Right-handed hitter wiggling the bat and swings to the first pitch and fouls it away. St. Joseph 9, the Van Johnson All-Stars 1. Players from all around Kansas City and from the Van Johnson League playing in tonight's game. On the mound is Andrew L. Wagner. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball at the knees, strike 2. St. Joseph has scored 9 runs on 10 hits. The Van Johnson All-Stars have scored 1 run on 6 hits and have stranded 11 base runners. It's the second out-of-league game where St. Joseph has, pardon me, lost my train of thought, where St. Joseph has fooled and frustrated teams as they've stranded a lot on base. But swinging and missing at strike 3 is Walnick, and that will end the 8th. St. Joseph will go into the top of the 9th with the 9-1 lead. This is Mustangs Baseball on UClick TV. Seen on Roku. We'll be right back. Jeremiah Figueroa now into pitch for St. Joseph as Colton Carnegie is done. He went 2 innings with 1 run. It was earned, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. Took over for John Milan, who went 6 innings of shutout ball, 3 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Good outing for both the relief pitcher and the starting pitcher. St. Joseph takes top of the 9th with a 9-1 lead over the Van Johnson All-Stars. Leading off for the Van Johnson All-Stars is going to be Wilson Lamb. Took over for the leadoff hitter Craig Strauss. It's the top third of the order. The first pitch is in for a ball. Strauss from Liberty High School. Next pitch in for a strike, 1-1 the count. He played against St. Joseph on June 1st on opening night. Was hit by a pitch and drew a couple of walks. Struck out in his last at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes now as he fouls that one away. Casiolo's at third, Walnick at short, Marr at second, Hurst at first base. Rodriguez still behind the plate in the 1-2 pitch. Fastball in the dirt, and a good pickup there by Rodriguez. Skipped over the back of his glove. Not that important with no runners on. Brings the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. In left field is Clayton Risch, and center is Dade Wheeler. And Cox in right. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ring him up. Set him down. Down goes Lamb. And the Mustangs are 2 outs away from beating the Van Johnson All-Stars. Jared Gage will hit. Check that. John Lozano will hit for his 2nd time tonight. Singled in his last appearance in the 7th against Carnegie. 0-1 count now, and ball in the dirt brings the count to 1-1. Lozano for the Kansas City Bankers. One of 4 players for the Bankers, and Aaron Berenson, his teammate, as well as Curtis Boyer and Austin Cochran. And the 1-1 is taken for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lozano went to Marshall High School, plays at Park University out of Parkville. It's on the Missouri River north of Kansas City, and 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count as a fastball bounces in the dirt. We're way up north on the Missouri. And the 2-2 pitch. Outside, strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts for Jeremiah Figueroa. Figueroa having a good outing. He plays a lot of right field for St. Joseph, and now he has 2 strikeouts. With Curtis Boyer, also from the Kansas City Bankers. He's 1 for 1 with a single and an RBI. He's driven in the only run tonight for the Van Johnson All-Stars as St. Joseph leads them 9-1. And that hit him in the head. You could hear the ball ricochet off the ear flap of the helmet all the way up here. Hopefully he's okay. Appeared to be off speed, and Figueroa just lost a handle on the ball. As I said earlier, it's a muggy night. It's in the 60s. Well, it was at first pitch. Still 64 degrees. And a line drive into left field will put runners at first and second for the All-Stars. Still have a little life left in them with 2 outs. Nathan Vossman, his 3rd at bat, has struck out twice. Head coach Tom Daly trying to give another chance. TJ Daly caught the 2011 Mink League Championship no-hitter for St. Joseph as they won 1 of 4 of their Mink League championships here the last 5 years. First pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0 the count. Runners at first and second, St. Joseph 9, Van Johnson All-Stars 1. Runners go, and swing and a miss. Strike 2, and now a throw down to third base as Rodriguez tried to throw the ball over the bag. Castiola was not playing to tag Boyer, who steals the first base of the night for Van Johnson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Figueroa comes set from the belt, and he throws. Curveball inside, and that hit Vossman right on the forearm. And hopefully no bad blood will come up here between these 2 teams, as the Van Johnson All-Stars are sort of a barnstorming team. They will not play the Mustangs again, at least wise if they do, it could not be the same players next year. Not all the players will be the same is what I'm saying. Don't think that bad blood would carry over for a year. But Nate Gage drew a walk in the 8th, up to bat now. The bases are juiced with 2 outs. St. Joseph needs 1 more out to win this. Top of the ninth, 9-1 score, and a foul ball down the left field line, out of play. No balls, 1 strike the count. All the infielders playing back, and the outfielders are playing shallow in the 0-1 pitch. Curveball from 12 to 6. Misses. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 1-1 pitch. Another curveball outside. Misses. Rodriguez had to jump out of the zone to get it, and now 2 balls, 1 strike. Figueroa's curveball not bending quite as good as it did when he started. Weather and fatigue could have an effect on that, but it's a beautiful night at St. Joseph as it's still 64 degrees. Good fan base here at Phil Welch Stadium as fireworks are coming after the game. They're awaiting the spectacular show by Mosaic Life Care. Stats and totals coming after the game in the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball over to the left side of the diamond. Hurst picks it up. A high throw to Jeremiah Figueroa. On the air, that will score 2. And Ben Johnson now trails by 6. The score is 9-3. Hurst threw the ball way too high for Figueroa to even have a chance. All these runs will be unearned. Boyer scored and Gregory scored. Vossman will move over to third, and at first base will be Gage. Zach Slavin has a 1-0 count. With 2 outs, and that pitch gets away from Rodriguez. It's behind home plate umpire Jeremy Frankie. But none of the runners advance as the count goes to 2-0. Slavin struck out in his last at bat, and his previous bat before that walked and then scored. That was a leadoff walk in the 7th, and that was the first run tonight for Van Johnson. But the score is 9-3 in favor of the St. Joseph Mustangs. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on, and the curveball gets away again from Rodriguez. Bounces to his left. 3 balls, no strikes to Slavin. So Figueroa came out throwing gas at a couple of strikeouts, then hit a batter, gave up a single on another hit batter after that, and then the air scored 2. At this point, he just needs to throw strikes and put the balls in the hand of his defense. Three balls, no strikes, 2 outs, ducks on the pond in scoring position, and the pitch. Ground ball over to Castiola at third, throws over to first, and that's the ball game. St. Joseph beats the Van Johnson All-Stars 9-1. St. Joseph scores 9 runs on 10 hits. They commit 1 error. The Van Johnson All-Stars score 3 runs on 7 hits. They commit 1 error as well. Time of game, right at 2 hours. And we'll be right back with stats and scores from your favorite Mustangs pitchers. But again, the final from Phil Welch Stadium. St. Joseph 9, the Van Johnson All-Stars 3. We'll be right back. This is Mustangs Baseball on UClick TV. Stay tuned for postgame. This is Mustangs postgame on UClick TV, your home of the St. Joseph Mustangs baseball. St. Joseph Mustangs beat the Van Johnson All-Stars tonight, 9-1. I'm James Stanley soloing for right now. Clayton Anderson might be on his way back up, and we'll go ahead and run through the totals here. Your losing pitcher tonight for the Van Johnson All-Stars is Quentin Reed. Went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs. Both were earned, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 3 walks. The Mustangs drew 8 walks tonight and were struck out 6 times. The Van Johnson All-Stars gave up 9 runs, 8 were earned. It's too many pitchers to run through, frankly, for the All-Stars, as they had a different pitcher each inning. The biggest inning for St. Joseph came in the 6th when they scored 5 runs on walks by Rodriguez and Walnick, and a single by Castiola, and a double by Urich, and a single by Tyler Cox. Tyler Cox coming off the bench in place of Connor Bacon. St. Joseph Mustangs, your winning pitcher is John Milan. Through 6 shutout innings, 3 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Colton Kanegi came in, he pitched a couple, gave up 1 run, it was earned, 3 hits, 3 walks, and struck out 4. Jeremiah Figueroa gave up a run, gave up 2 runs. Neither were earned, however, as there was an error committed by Jacob Hurst. Fireworks all over St. Joseph tonight, as it's the night before the 4th. Come out tomorrow night for fireworks at Phil Welch Stadium. It will be a huge show, as it is the 4th of July. But Jeremiah Figueroa went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs. Neither were earned. 1 hit, no walks, hit a couple of batters, 1 on the head, 1 on the forearm. Hope they are okay, and struck out a couple. The St. Joseph Mustangs pitching staff posts a 1 ERA in tonight's matchup, as they give up 3 total. 1 run was earned, and that was it. 7 hits, struck out 10 combined, walked 7 combined, and hit 2 batters combined. Your MVP tonight was John Milan, as St. Joseph Mustangs, again from Phil Welch Stadium, beat the Van Johnson All-Stars 9-3. St. Joseph tallying 9 runs on 10 hits, committing 1 error, and the Van Johnson All-Stars committed 1 error as well, scoring 3 runs on 7 hits. But that's going to do it for Mustangs baseball on UClick TV from Phil Welch Stadium. The final tonight, St. Joseph 9, Van Johnson All-Stars 3. For Jim Bly, Matt Johnson, Matt Tritton, Kai Turner, Michaela Brady, Clayton Anderson, and Tim Hanna, I'm James Stanley. So long and good night from Phil Welch. Again, your final, St. Joseph 9, Van Johnson All-Stars 3. We'll see you tomorrow night as the Mustangs will continue play in Mink League action. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.